Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's deal with the view model because everything else is done. And we have our networking service already completed over here. And so this is all we need to do to get the data back. It's a singleton. Now we need to go over here to our networking model. So I'm going to say, by the way, we just want to import foundation class main view model. Okay. So remember we discussed observable object. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and make a reference to that. And list observable objects is of type an array of string. Observable objects, an array and default value is empty, right? Yeah. Okay. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and put our initializer in there, right? Because this is a class, right? We're gonna get an error. We don't put an initializer in there, even if we're not using it. So the first do this. Okay. Func populate table view, and we're gonna have input of type string. It should be optional, just like the string that's coming from the text label, UI text label. Okay. So let's say guard that's inputs equal input. Okay. Now we're gonna say well, we're gonna call a function called fetch API data key, right? Which is let's go ahead and create that function. And I like to break these out in the several functions instead of having one big function. Because it keeps it keeps it readable. Okay. No. Query name. Right. So the key is URL query name. URL query name is what? Go to here so you can see what it is. This is it right here. renum, SF, and LF. Okay. Just in case you forgot. Value is of type string. Completions. Completion is at escaping. Right. And our escaping is going to be a result type. Crap, why I hate when this does this. Result. Right. And, data. And response error. That's the custom enum for errors that we created. Okay. Then of course we have the We aren't returning anything, so we make that either two empty round braces or a void. All right. Fetch API data. And now we're going to say guard let URL equal URL component constants URL component constants is a class or object that I created. Let's go look at it real quick. Go to definition. This is URL component constants right here. And we have our scheme, our host, our path, and then create URL with components. We use all those things. And here we are. Then we puts together URL and we return it. So URL constant component constants, feature API dialog. Dot create URL with components, right? Create URL with components. Okay. QU query parameters are, this is a string and string. Parameters are key, raw value. Where am I? Key dot raw value colon value. Right. Okay. Question mark dot URL else. Okay, return. And then this should say completion dot failure dot invalid URL. Okay, so returned. And then we'll say networking service dot shared, networking service dot shared dot fetch API response with URL. Right. Where's URL? There we are. URL's up here. URL completion, and this should say we're just gonna put results here. Okay. Switch result case dot failure, not resulty, results failure dot let error, Jesus Christ, completion dot failure error case dot success let beat data completion dot success data. That's it. And now let's go back up here, populate table view. Okay, fetch API data key. See something, populate table view. All right, so we have this input, and now Fetch API data key. Fetch API data key. There we go. And it should be .sf. The value should be inputs. Results. So let's see. Switch results case dot failure let error case dot success let data okay, so we're gonna say print failure, print error. Okay, so we're gonna say case self dot fetch API fetch list of strings. So now what we need to do is get the list of strings now. Func fetch list of strings. Fetch list of strings. Okay, let me go ahead. Okay, fetch list of strings from data. Jesus Christ, bro. Fetch list of strings from data. Type data. Do we have a completion? Add escaping. Then results Boolean. And then parse error. Okay. And this is it right here. Now our func list. Okay, this is going to be the list of our strings that populate our table view. Let parser equal JSON parser acronym object. Now we say parser dot parse data, right? And we have our data coming into the function, return result. Okay. switch result dot failure, let error completion handler completion dot failure error. Okay. Case dot succeed or success. Let output okay. Oh yeah. For item in output 0 dot LFS. LFS say func list dot pin item dot LF. Self dot list dot value func list completion completion dot success true. Okay, and so now let's see, we're up here to at populate table view. On success, we'll say self dot fetch list of strings from data, and this should use the data that's provided here. We're going to go with the res. Switch res case stop failure let parse error parse error and yeah. Okay. Then case succeed let you succeed. Okay, so let's see if everything, all this seems to be working right now. I'm going to test this in part 2 when I go ahead and implement the view model. On to the next.